Hey, how you guys doing? I'm X, and I'm on the Xbox 360, and this is a requested, tutorial slash, people want me to make it, but, um, yeah, it's super complex, this particular design. Um, yeah, because it's orientational, and I've already done that with other elevators, and, people just had so much trouble with it. But I did want to show it because it is cool. So I have just a small 3-floor version, which was just to try it out, see how it works. And then I made a 6-floor, and then I made a 9-floor. So I wanted to show you guys those. And so this has the same features as all my other elevators, which is basically you hit the floor you want to go to, up or down, and you get into it. This one doesn't actually, it works best if you're like more off-centered, like right here. And then you hit the button, and it's best just looking forward. So like this, and there you go, up. Then we can stop the floor below us. Now I will say that this particular elevator on survival, you do take some fall damage when you stop on a floor, and sometimes when you're passing floors. I actually don't know why that is. It's actually strange, but it is reliable, at least as far as, single player goes. It's a little too fast for multiplayer. So yeah, now that we've looked at that, I want to also talk to you guys about, we're going to actually be looking at my version 5 elevator, multiple floor. And the reason I wanted to show it was because you guys may or may not know it, but my older elevators actually have speed controls in them. Now these particular elevator, version 7 and version 4, are orientational, which is one of the reasons I'm thinking that it's probably not wise to do a tutorial. The TU16 will probably break this, or it'll make it work better. If it makes it through the TU16, I might do a tutorial, but feel free to request it if you guys would like it. But anyway, it is one of my smaller designs. I was actually able to shrink it by 2 blocks in the circuitry, and then 1 block in the back. And then I kind of have a cool design here, which I just thought was better. But anyway, so 6-floor elevator. It's a super quick. You guys will see it's just as fast as the other one. Now you can look left and right when you're riding it, but it's best not to look down. The pistons, sometimes your head hits on the glass and it causes you to get glitched in the pistons. That shouldn't actually happen, but So another thing I wanted to talk about was, you guys may notice that this 6th floor goes up to 55 blocks Y coordinates. So before we jump onto my other map and look at my old version 5 elevator, I wanted to show you guys that because it's on the 360, when you get up beyond 64 blocks, so right here would be a normal survival world height, like right when you spawn you're at 65 blocks. It's height orientational. Now I had to time all of these floors here specifically to be at 64 blocks tall, so this is one of the reasons I don't really want to do a tutorial on this. And you might have noticed this piston popping up when you extended the floor. That's part of the timing fix for this. So I just wanted to show you that it actually is faster at this speed. It's actually a lot quicker than the other one, just from 64 blocks up. So if I did a tutorial, I'd have to explain that and stuff. Otherwise, what I'm saying is it's orientationally directionally, and it's orientational by height. So it's not necessarily something that, it would be good for a creative build if you were building it, 4 blocks above bedrock, or just right on bedrock. But other than that, I do not think it would be very, very good as far as multiplayer and stuff. But it is a really nice looking and very simple elevator compared to my old designs. So I want to jump onto my chunk world, and I want to show you guys some stuff I've been working on, and also show you some cool things with the version 5 elevator on the TU15. Alright, so now that we're on my chunk world, I wanted to show you guys this. I put this on this map specifically so that I could test it on each update and just see how far up I could make it. It's actually a 25-story elevator. Now this one is actually on high speed. I'm going to just show you on high speed how it makes it not quite as reliable. It kind of hits and misses. Sometimes you can get up, sometimes you can't. and that's on high speed. Now we can slow this down by 6. I put in the design when I originally made this. This works great on the PC. It's also not orientational on the Xbox anymore, so you can make it any direction you want to. But I did want to show you this. This is something that's kind of weird. You know, on high speed, it's just not quite as reliable as it once was. Not like it was on like the TU8 to TU13. Well, let's say TU10. So you can see that it actually rides up, but I have to get in the perfect position, the perfect spot. And if my head hits that glass, I'm going to get stuck right there. So you can see that it's working, but if I start looking around and stuff, chances are it's going to pop me out, and because I'm looking down, if my head hits the glass, I'm going to get stuck in it. But you can see that it's working like the PC. Now this is a lucky shot. I'll tell you that earlier I was recording and I only made it up to floor 3. So it really depends on your connection to Xbox Live, to be honest. Which would explain why I've had different results from different people. But anyway, this isn't something I recommend making, something this big. But it is possible to do. It's not very reliable on multiplayer friendly, but in the future, that speed in which we just wrote it, on the PC, this thing works every single time because it's not a super high speed elevator. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to version 5 testing area to show you the orientational fix and show you that you can slow this elevator down. Alright, so this is the right off the tutorial, 4 elevators all facing different directions to show you guys that on the TU15 you can build this elevator in any direction, and if you slow it down, I'll probably do a video showing you how to slow down the elevator, because it does require some timing changes as far as when the pistons lift you on each floor as well. So you can't just slow down the red circuit. You have to do some timing changes. So this is a direction that when I originally did the tutorial, I was like, do not ever make it facing, you know, north. But of course that was before they they changed piston times. As soon as they changed piston times, the monostable that this depends on started working in all orientations, which I knew was going to happen, and it's the most reliable way. So I slowed this down to, let's say, to 0 speed. It's the slowest you can make it. You can increase that up to 6. The elevator we just wrote is actually up at 6. You know, speed 6. So this is actually at speed 0. I'm sorry, speed 1. And you'll see here that it actually works best if you're over here. And it's super slow, but reliable. If you make this, it should work every single time. You might get kicked out of it like that on a random occasion. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's a redstone contraption. It's gonna have its bugs. So, but yeah, anyway, it's so slow that once you do, you know, actually get riding in it, you can see that this is very reliable and very, very nice. You may fall through the pistons, you may not. Even if you did fall through the pistons, you could easily jump to recover. So this is something that should work every single time. Obviously, it probably is taking about the same amount of time as I did for that whole, you know, 25-story elevator, but that's working in an orientation that originally it didn't work, and it's working on the slow speed. Why did I not say, hey, you could put this on slow speed before? Because it didn't work before. You'd actually just get stuck right in the pistons, whether you were on, you know, slow speed, medium speed, or whatever. I don't know why it wouldn't register you on the 360. Now, of course, it's working good. Now, I will say that facing, these pistons are actually facing the north, but the device is built facing the correct direction that I said in the tutorial, but it actually is faster when it's facing this direction. The high-speed elevator doesn't work facing this direction, so I just want to show you guys that on the slow speed, this is actually quicker and more reliable facing this direction. Who knows why? You know, maybe 4J can let us know. Oops, I actually had that activated. But you can see here that I have each floor timed specifically to be nice for the TU15, and it's super slow, super reliable. Not really getting stuck in this. As you can see, I started falling through the pistons, And I just jumped over, and then I can actually start moving over here if I'd like to. Yeah, it's really reliable. So while I was doing that, that other elevator is still retracting, just to let you guys know. So I want to show you one more thing with version 3 elevator. A lot of people have been having trouble, so I'm going to show you something you can do to increase its performance. Alrighty, so version 3 elevator. These are actually all my elevator designs besides the two on the end. That's actually CMB Minecrafts and Cube Hamsters. So I kind of wanted to do this at the end of the video and kind of do a questions and answer, and then show you how to increase your performance of your version 3 elevator. And it's just one repeater. So I would do a whole video on that, but there's no real point. It does work with it, but if you want it to work better, you're going to need to do this. So I'm going to show you on the tutorial, and on the PC this actually applies. On the tutorial I said 4 ticks of delay on this, which does work. It doesn't really work that good on the PC though. On the PC it's always worked better on 1 delay. But let's do it on 4 and you'll see what I'm talking about. So if we ride this little 10 block elevator, we hit the button, you'll actually see that the right piston lifts me up and it causes me to do a weird glitch thing. But it still works, it lifts me up. So if I come down in here, put this on 1 tick, it actually makes it better. You'll see here that it doesn't even push me forward until it starts accelerating. So just watch. There you go. You see how it pushed me forward after it started accelerating? So that's a specific design in the elevator to go slow and then super, lift you up as fast as that circuit can. So that'll make your version 3 work incredibly nice. It'll actually make all elevators work nice. Now this one is my original tutorial right off of the PC, and I even copied the speed. So my version 1, the idea behind it was, let's not make a high speed elevator, let's make an elevator that will work every single time without fail. And that's what this design was about. It even has delays so that you can recover FPS on the PC, which do apply on the Xbox 360. But I made this right off of my tutorial, and you'll see here that this is incredibly slow but reliable. That pause right there, that's actually to let your FPS recover, and then it lifts you up nice and slow and reliable. A couple issues with this elevator is when you hit the green button, when it's up, it'll actually go down at a nice safe speed. If you hit the yellow button when it's down, it'll extend it up to you. But if you hit the yellow button in the wrong, if you hit it wrong, it's basically going to retract it from the bottom up. People ask me, why would you make it like that? This is how I get one circuit to do 2 things. So later on, after designing this one and hearing people say that they didn't like the 2-button feature, I made version 2, which actually has 1 button. Now nobody really liked this elevator. One reason is that it's actually the same size as that one, and it requires 2 more pistons on it. So version 3 is my most popular video right now, so I wanted to show you guys that this still works. You can increase how, if I put this on 4 ticks and I put it on that elevator, the one that goes up to the sky, you'll actually only get up like halfway because of how weird it glitches you in the beginning. It lowers your FPS and makes it so it doesn't work really well. So yeah, for the end of this video I kind of wanted to show you this. I'm not going to actually ride these, but my elevator is inspired by these 2 people, but it's a totally different elevator. I'm going to show you, I've had people actually say these elevators are just Cube Hamster CMB wannabes. Now they work totally different, but I will say this, it has the CMB reliability, my elevators, multiplayer friendly reliability, but it has that speed control system. These both have speed control systems, but there's one problem with it. You only have 3 speeds to choose from. Alright, so I had to make it day real quick. I did want to end this video with some footage of me riding the tallest version 3 elevator. Now, like I told you guys before, this isn't 100% reliable right now, but in the future this will work. It should work on multiplayer and stuff. It does on the PC. It works incredible on the PC because it's slow enough for it to work on a server. it works in lag. That was the whole reason for making it slow. But on the Xbox, it's not quite as reliable as the other elevator. So one tick on that bottom repeater increases the amount of time that you can actually, or how far you can actually ride in this. Now I will say that I wouldn't make this on anywhere but on creative. But you can see here that little adjustment on that bottom repeater. Now I don't know if you noticed, but I started falling through the pistons. Now I'm starting to slowly rotate left and right. Once I get up to about 65 blocks, the pistons actually start increasing. You can see that the animation started getting better, and now it becomes a reliable elevator, which makes no damn sense. So past 100 blocks, this thing works like it's supposed to, but down below 100, you get a lot of lag. So I just wanted to show you guys this. It's not the fastest elevator. It's not even the most reliable, but it will be in the future. At least it is on the PC. And I just wanted to show you guys this, working in action. And then to show you the difference between these two. Version 3. My most popular video, almost 200,000 views, which is just amazing for me. I absolutely love this elevator. The amount of work I put into it, I don't think you guys even know. But this one I didn't put any work into it. It was more about being small and simplistic. And amazingly, on the TU15 at least, this is incredibly reliable, especially for host. It does work in multiplayer, but not every time. But just watch how much more reliable this is. Just look at that. I can look around, move left and right, look up any direction. It doesn't affect it anyway. I can pull out a map. And then after you reach the 127 blocks, it starts accelerating to about 11 blocks a second, which is actually pretty cool. And you're up at the top before you even know it. I actually think when I look at that, I think I'm going to hit my head on it. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know if you guys are interested in anything that you've seen. If you guys want to know more details about how to time them and get them working on the TU15. Just leave it in the comments. And of course, as always, have a good one, and later.